Okay, we're officially live. This is the Swinging Bull with PB Alerts. Welcome to the earnings stream. Got two big earnings coming up here. We got Amazon and Apple. So I guess the question is, are they going to withhold guidance because of tariffs? That's kind of been a trend lately. So we'll see. And also, don't forget about our second annual Traders Paradise in-person event. It's going to be in Chicago this year, June 9th through the 12th. And there's a link in the description if anyone wants information on that. And I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of the stream. Amazon supposed to report right at 4 p.m. Eastern. So let me bring my trading view over here because the data might be out. Let me just go here. Okay, I got Amazon, got that, and we got Apple on the right side here. We go 15-minute chart. Okay, I'll go 1 minute. Okay, so Apple was up almost 3% today, about $5.40 a share going into this earnings. And just scroll out a little bit. Okay, we're getting a little volatility here. Again, they're supposed to report right at 4 p.m. Eastern. The forecast for the EPS is $1.35, and the forecast revenue is 154.64 billion. They were trading just below their anchored VWAP, probably around 195, around there. So we'll go back to the six real quick and see what's going on here. Amazon kind of having some volatility right now, selling off a little bit. Well, let me just take a quick peek, and because Apple reports at okay, let me refresh my earnings. Earnings Whispers is kind of having some tech issues there. That's okay. Go back to the stick. So, there we go. Silence that. I like someone text me, someone call me, and someone email me, like all at the same time. All right, Amazon's down here, down 3%, about $6 a share. Let me see if I can get some data because these results should be out by now. Let's see. Okay, yep. We thank you, Evan, on Twitter. Appreciate you posting that. They did get a double beat. Must have been something with their guidance. So let me see if I can find out why. But they did beat EPS and they did beat revenue by a little bit. Here, I'll post this on the bottom of my screen on YouTube. Hopefully everyone can see that. So EPS came in at $1.59, beating expectations of $1.36. So pretty nice beat on EPS. Revenue 155.7 billion is what was reported versus the expectation or the forecast, if you will, of 155 billion. So barely beat on revenue. Let's see what's going on with perhaps they withheld guidance. We're going to see here in a second. Then we'll talk about Apple for a minute. Go here. So EPS is up 62% year over year. The revenue is up 9% year over year, but quarter over quarter EPS was down 15%. Revenue was down 17%. So down double digits as far as the quarter over quarter numbers go. Let's find out why they're kind of selling off here. Let me see if I can get some more info for everybody. Then we'll go over to Apple. Let's see real quick. Apple. Okay, let me just scroll on my other screen. Okay, it's holding Amazon into earnings unhedged, late stage capitalist on Twitter. You're funny. All right. Okay, they gave a weak forecast. That's what happened. So got the data here. They did get a double beat, so they beat EPS, beat revenue, but they gave pretty weak forecast for the remainder of the quarter. They might have left fiscal year unchanged. Let me just double check. Couple of statements from the higher ups in Amazon. We're pleased with the start to 2025, especially our pace of innovation and progress and continuing to improve customer experiences. That was said by Andy Jassy, the president and CEO of Amazon. From Alexa Plus, our next generation of Alexa that's meaningfully smarter, more capable, and takes actions for customers. To another delivery speed record for our Prime members, to our new Trainium 2 chips and Bedrock model expansion that make it easier for AWS customers to train models and run interference. So they're kind of they're kind of have some pretty intense or fantastical statements, if you will. They're trying to spice things up with their statements here, but the bad thing is they gave weak forecasts, so that's why it's selling off right now. Even though they beat EPS and beat revenue, they give a weak forecast. That's all it takes, really. With that weak forecast, it really doesn't matter what the EPS and revenue is. Sometimes they give a weak forecast, investors don't like that, and it sells off. So that's kind of what's happening with Amazon. Let's see if maybe it can bounce a little bit. There's some buyers in the picture, maybe trying to scoop up a discount right now from where it closed at, but close to regular session at 189.82, and it's down about $8 or $9 a share, sitting down here at 181 and some change. So that's the deal with Amazon. Again, double beat, but they gave weak forecast, and that's all it took for the selling to ensue. So negative reaction on Amazon. I'm not quite sure if this is going to start trying to retrace back up. If it looks like it's starting to bottom out a little bit, we could check on some levels when that starts happening. But negative reaction on Amazon. Let's see. I want to see if SPY got affected too. So did the triple Qs. So SPY and the triple Qs are also down in after hours because of this reaction. Had something to do with it, I'm sure. And just check on Webull here. This is the 5-minute chart. Not really a lot going on with Apple right now. They're kind of sitting flat. So I don't think Apple's maybe put their data out yet. Let me double check. And see here. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Apple did try and run into close, but then it just came right back down. So let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing data yet, so I don't think the data's out yet, but we are seeing some pre-earnings volatility. Amazon trying to find the bottom in the low 180s. Let me cancel that. I'm sorry. Let me see where some of these retracement levels are at. Let's go. I might pull this down to here. That wick up, that wasn't the real move. So it's kind of at 25% retrace right now. It did come down to 179.80 is the current low in after hours. It'd be nice if it can get back above. I'd say like 182.50 would be nice. That'd be your kind of first retracement level, around 25%. So we'll see if it starts clawing back. I'll keep my eye on it, but the data is in. Again, double beat. They beat EPS. They beat revenue just by a little bit, but they gave a weak forecast, and that's why it's selling off, right? Let's still don't got anything on Apple yet, so we'll just give it a few more minutes. Almost 4:10 p.m. Let's see. Yep, still nothing on Apple. As soon as that comes in, I'll let everyone know. Let's see if we've got anything else on Amazon that might be worth noting. Shai Balor posted some good data for us. I appreciate you, Shai, as always. Let me oops. Okay, I want to post this data that Shai Balor posted on Twitter. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. A little bit more in-depth data than what I had posted, because we got some Outlook information on this as well. Sure, I'll just post that. So it kind of got cut off a little bit, but just to go over the Outlook a little bit. Q2 Outlook sales, 162 billion. The forecast was 161 billion. Operating margins, 15.3 billion. versus the forecast of 17.8 billion. So just a little bit of outlook data on Amazon for everybody. All right, so yeah, I mean, they gave a weak forecast. That's really all that's going on here. Forecast is weak. And Q2 2025 guidance for net sales came in at 159 billion. The estimate for that was 164 billion. So that was the decrease there in net sales Q2 guidance. Let's see, operating income 13 billion to 17.5 billion. The estimate on that was 17.8 billion. So operating income guidance was also decreased. So that's basically what's going on, is they kind of decreased a little bit of their guidance, basically just gave weak guidance. And that's why they got the negative reaction there. So kind of starting to maybe bottom out. I mean, it hit 179.80. It has retraced back up 25% of this red candle. I didn't include this top wick because that was just, that was not the real move. So, we'll see if it can start clawing back up again to around 182.50. It's sitting right around 183 right now. If it can hold 182.50, that'd probably be S1. And then, of course, 179.80 S2, which would be the after hours low, right? As far as resistance, I'm probably looking at 184 and nice even $1 levels, 184, 185, and 186. 186 is right around the golden ratio. So if it starts clawing back those levels, then my confidence that this is retracing will definitely be going up. So good stuff there. And thank you, Porterhouse, for posting some of these statements on the Discord so everyone can look at the results there. Appreciate that, brother. Okay, Apple kind of getting a negative reaction now. Let me go to my other screen and see if they announced. Okay. Okay. Wait, let me see. That's someone posted Reddit earnings. That's not for Apple. Not seeing Apple's data yet. So looks like we're still waiting on that. And trying to pull up Earnings Whispers, and it's the earnings date and time is kind of, there's nothing there. So there's a tech issue on Earnings Whispers right now. That's okay. We'll just be a little patient. I mean, regardless, Apple is, let me go back here. Here's Apple right here on the right side. Okay, Amazon is starting to kind of fish hook up here. Interesting. Let me look at this. Let me go the other way with it. Right there. Okay, so it's above the 25% retrace testing, 184 right now. That's going to be 38% retrace. So we'll see if this thing starts making higher lows. Maybe it's got a shot at clawing back and peeling back some of the selling that just happened with the data. Okay, almost 4:15 p.m. I was just curious, what did Amazon, what were their reactions to the previous earnings? Let me see. Okay, so when they reported in February, and that was for Q4 of last year, of course, they were trading at 238. One day after, they were trading at 229, so about 10-point move down. October 31st, they were trading at 186. Ended up having a positive reaction on that run and was trading at 197 the next day, so about $10 around there. Kind of mixed reactions though. It's like they get a positive reaction, then they get a negative reaction. It just kind of flip-flops back and forth like that. Let me go back to the sticks and see. Yeah, it looks like there are some dip buyers here. We'll see if this holds up. But it looks like people are taking advantage of the pullback on Amazon. There's some buyers scooping it up in the low 180s. We'll see if that holds up. Apple getting a little volatile now. Let me just double check for Apple earnings again. Okay, I wonder if their earnings got delayed. Still don't got nothing on Apple. Let me check something else here. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm just showing that after the closing bell on Thursday, May 1st. Mute that. All right, we're just gonna sit tight and wait for Apple's earnings. Okay, it looks like they're supposed to report at around 4:30 p.m. Eastern, and the conference call is at 5 p.m. Eastern. So we got a little bit more time to kill here. Let's see, got about 15 more minutes before Apple reports, okay? Let me go to Apple's investor relations page. All right, and also, okay, Amazon is clawing back here, folks. It's at the golden ratio. It's around 187. So it just kind of wicked up to 187. Kind of looks like it kind of got rejected a little bit. This is just the 1 minute candle, so that doesn't really mean too much. But it definitely looks like they're retracing back up. So far, so good. So it's not all bad for the bulls. Just looks like a quick discount on the stock, and people are buying it up. Investors are buying it up, if you will. Institutions, hedge funds, whoever it may be. All right, let me show everyone how to get to Apple's web call. Give me 1 second. All right, so to get to Apple's web call, I know some people probably want to listen to that. You're just gonna Google Apple Investor Relations, okay? Real easy, and then you get their investor relations, and there's a link right here, Apple earnings call. You can probably just click on that, okay? And here it is right here. So it's join us on May 1st at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Of course, that's going to be 5 p.m. Eastern. And this is the link right here, okay? So I'm going to post this link on YouTube. Then y'all can just take a screenshot of it or what have you, and that will let you into the Apple web call for the earnings, okay? So there's the link there at the bottom of my screen. If you just want to screenshot that, you'll be good to go. Same thing with Amazon to get to their web call. I usually just, AMZN, investor relations, and then it'll be one of these first links. I mean, you can probably go to this events page. It's probably on there. We can also probably just click on this one. And here it is right here. So here's the link to get to the Amazon web call. Okay. And let me post that in the comments. And let me move this back over here. We don't need this anymore. So now I'm going to post the the Amazon web call link. Y'all can just screenshot that. I'll leave it up there for a few minutes. All right, so now we know how to get to each of the web calls. If you want to hear, and thank you, Porter, for posting those investor relation links for me in the Discord. Appreciate it. Okay, let me go back up here. 4:18 p.m. Eastern. Apple kind of just sitting flat now while we're waiting for earnings. It's almost 4:20 p.m. Eastern. Okay. The Market Union on Twitter posting the meme. That's funny. All right. So Apple closed the regular session at $213.32 a share. Little green on the day, up 0.39% on the day for the regular session. Sitting here in after hours down 0.29%. So they're kind of just flat on the day right now as we're waiting for the earnings data to get released. Amazon definitely looks like trying to claw back. It bounced at 179.80 around there. It retraced all the way to the golden ratio right here. So basically 187. Kind of got rejected there though at the golden fib, didn't it? We got a little bit more selling coming in right now. These are just 1 minute candles. Take it with a grain of salt. But that's really the only, candles we can use right now. The data was just released. So of course I'll switch to some bigger time frames as more candles start printing. But let's see if it ends up making a higher low. This is where we want to see the higher low. Okay, this is where we want to see the higher low. Would be nice. We'll wait for these red candles to stop printing, and when we get our next green one, maybe that could be where the higher low is going to come in at. Obviously, if it doesn't make a higher low, it very well could come back down to after hours low. So I'll keep my eye on it and see what it ends up doing. But it did make a really nice attempt at retracing, hit the golden fib and got rejected there. So that golden ratio really does line up sometimes, doesn't it? Okay, back to Apple. Still waiting. I'm on the 5 minute chart. I'll go 1 minute on it. Kind of sloppy price action in here in after hours while we're waiting on the data. 4:21 p.m. Eastern. It's got about 9 more minutes. 9 more minutes. So we do got a little bit of time to burn. I have a feeling they're going to announce right at 4:30. So we got about 9 minutes to burn. I guess suppose we could talk about our in-person event a little bit more. So again, I'm going to hide this link here so we can see the whole screen. So again, second annual Traders Paradise in 2025. It's going to be in Chicago, June 9th through the 12th. There's a link in the description. It says Traders Paradise 2025. If you want to click on that, it'll take you to the page I'm on right now. Okay, this is where you can get your tickets. And just to kind of give a little summary about the event, it's a 4-day event, okay? And it's June 9th through the 12th. It's going to be at the Hyatt Regency, O'Hare, Chicago. That's where it's going to be at. A little bit about the event. We're every single morning, we're going to do live trading at market open. So bring your laptop so you can trade right along with us. We're going to be doing interactive workshops, live masterclass on advanced options and swing trading. That's going to be fun. Step-by-step instructions from the owner of the company, Big Quench. His name's Austin, on how he uses his advanced range trading techniques. He's made a ton of money over the years doing that. He's going to share that with everyone. And of course, we have an AI and tech space deep dive with the one and only Shai Balor. Looking forward to his session. That's where he's going to give us insights on where institutions are putting their money, from now until the rest of the year. We do also have another special guest, Lou Bassanisi. He's been on CNBC, Fox News, a whole bunch of major financial media outlets. He's been on TV quite a bit. He's going to have his own session at the event, and it's basically guidance on development as an investor. So I'm looking forward to sitting in on that session. We're also releasing a new TradingView indicator. There are discounted hotel rooms, so we blocked off 50 rooms. So once you get your ticket, definitely reach out to the hotel room. Again, it's the Hyatt Regency, O'Hare, Chicago. They should know they should be notified electronically that you bought the ticket. But if for some reason they don't mention it, just tell them you're part of the Traders Paradise group. That way you can get the discounted hotel room because we only got 50 rooms blocked off. And also there's going to be private dinners and deep dive mentorships with the coaches and the speakers, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. There's 3 tickets to choose from. There's a bronze ticket that gets you 2 days of the event. All right, the silver ticket gets you 3 days of the conference, and then the gold ticket is all 4 days. And the gold ticket is the one that comes with the private VIP dinners. So we're going to have private dinners, and it's just going to be a blast. And there's some really, in-depth, deep conversations, high-level discussions that we have at those dinners. So you don't want to miss it. There is a 40% discount right now going on for the bronze and the silver tickets. We don't have a discount going for the gold ticket because there's just so much included in that we just can't discount it. But the bronze and silver tickets are 40% off right now. So if you're interested in meeting up with all of us, last year we did it in Delray Beach. It was a blast. This year is in Chicago. It's going to be 10 times better this year. We just got some great speakers and some great sessions, and I can't wait to meet everyone that maybe didn't that didn't attend in Delray Beach, and they're going this year in Chicago. Definitely looking forward to meeting all of you. Let's go back to the sticks and see what Amazon and Apple's doing. Okay, so Amazon did make a pretty nice attempt at retracing back, hit the golden ratio, got rejected, still waiting for another bottom to come in here. It's coming up on $103 a share. I'm sorry, $183 a share. The sellers are back in the picture, folks. So really don't want this coming down to low a day again. If it can hold right around here, right around the 25%, that would probably be an ideal area for a higher low, perhaps. But so far, the sellers have the ball, and the sellers are winning right now. Keep your eye on it to see if it starts making higher lows. If not, it's probably come down and make a new low a day in after hours. But we'll see. Apple's still kind of sloppy price action. Not really much going on with that yet. We got about, let's see, it's 4:26 p.m. Eastern, so we got about 4 more minutes until their data is supposed to come out, and then we'll get their reaction. I'll put Amazon's earnings results back on the screen. Let me do that. Okay, there you go. And again, just to summarize, Amazon did they did beat EPS, they did beat revenue, so double beat there, but they just gave weak guidance, and that's why I got the negative reaction. Weak forecast, if you will. Also, if you end up joining the Discord and you're interested in going to the Traders Paradise event, reach out to OG Nikki, and she'll get you all set up. Okay? Open a support ticket, and Nikki will get you all set up with your tickets or the hotel rooms. But the link in the description on this stream, that'll take you straight to where you can buy the tickets. So, but if you have any questions or anything, you can DM OG Nikki. She'll get right back to you. All right, still looking at Apple. Still nothing really going on. We got about 3 more minutes till the earnings drop. Sailor, did you recently order a beanie? Because I just shipped one out like a few days ago. It was probably yours. If it was a PB beanie, it shipped out, I think, a couple days ago. You should get it any day now. I think it's like 3 or 4 day shipping for those beanies. They're real nice too. I hope you like it. All right, waiting on Apple. We got about 2 more minutes left till they drop the earnings data. All eyes are on Apple right now. Amazon's kind of already had its reaction. But yes, Sailor, all the beanies that I had in the queue have already been shipped out. So I don't, it's got to be, you should get it any day now. So, all right, Apple getting a little bit of a reaction. It's still about a minute or 2 minutes. Well, about 1 more minute until earnings. Kind of selling off a little bit. Let's see if they end up withholding guidance or something. A lot of companies have been doing that because there's still some tariff uncertainty out there, especially with the U.S.-China deal that hasn't happened yet. So I wonder if Apple withholds guidance. I did hear something that they're going to move their manufacturing of like a huge percentage of their iPhones to India. As I read a report about that recently. Okay, let me see if the data dropped yet, because it's getting some movement here. Nope, still waiting. Should be in. It probably dropped right on the 4:30 on the money. Watch. Got about 50 seconds until we're exactly at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Okay. All right, we got the final countdown coming up. 30 seconds. and we'll get Apple's data, should be released, and we should get the reaction. I got my fingers crossed for you Apple bulls out there. I mean, regardless what the reaction is, Apple's a solid company. So is Amazon. You can't go wrong, especially if you're going to DCA over time. You'd be just fine with them too. All right. What do we got? About 5 more seconds. We should see some volatility here. There. Okay, here we go. This should be out. Yep, we're getting some flickering. Getting some flickering candles right now. Okay, here we go. You just got to kind of give it a minute because sometimes the first move isn't the real move, you know? And it's a negative reaction so far. It kind of wicked up and wicked down, being really volatile right now. So just be a little careful with it. Wait for the data to get digested, and big and you know, institutions and hedge funds or what have you pick a direction here. Okay. All right, we got results here. Okay. Again, they beat EPS and beat revenue. They got a double beat. I wonder if they put out weak guidance like Amazon, and that's why it's kind of a negative reaction so far. That's probably what it is. Okay, let me share the Apple data, EPS and revenue. Got that on lock and posted that for everybody. Just got the data like 20 seconds ago. Let me just go over a couple of line items here. So they beat EPS, came in at $1.65. The forecast was $1.63. Apple's Q2 revenue came in at $95.4 billion, and that beat expectations at $94.5 billion. So double beat. They barely beat EPS, but revenue was a good beat. I mean, they beat that by like $1 billion, right? Apple Q2 Greater China net sales. That's the sales over in China. 16 billion versus the estimate of 15.9 billion. That pretty much came in line. They beat a little bit on it. Q2 iPhone net sales came in at 46.8 billion versus the estimate of 46.17 billion. So they beat on iPhone net sales. Apple Q2 iPad net sales, 6.4 billion there. The estimate was basically 6 billion. So they beat on that. Q2 Mac, for you Mac users out there, net sales was 7.9 billion. And the estimate was 7.95 billion. The estimate came in at 7.92 billion. So they beat there as well. They did miss their services. The services net sales, they did miss that. That came in at 26.65 billion. The estimate was 26.69 billion. They just missed by a little bit. Apple Q2 wearables, so like your watches and Apple Watches and all that stuff, they missed on that pretty good. That their sales came in at 7.52 billion. The forecast was 7.85 billion. So they missed on that. That's the Apple wearable devices. The Apple's board did declare a cash dividend of 26 cents per share. And Apple also authorizes additional repurchase program of up to $100 billion of common stock. I mean, that's pretty positive, but it's not, the price action is not positive. So I'm just kind of, I don't want to jump the gun, but I'm kind of assuming that they gave weak guidance is kind of what's going on. So let me see if I can, I mean, you know, they did miss net sales on a few items. They did miss that, but they also beat on more items. $100 billion buyback and a dividend of 0.26. Definitely positive, but like I said, it's probably the same thing that happened with Amazon just now. They beat both lines, they beat EPS, beat revenue, but they give weak guidance, and that's really it. Investors hate that, and then they're going to sell off. Okay. Let me take a look at a couple other things before we wrap up here. It looks like the bottom on Amazon's probably in. It's making an attempt to make this higher low right here. We'll see if it holds. This would be nice if this turns into a higher low, right around 182.50, right around there. If not, then it's going to make a lower high, and this is probably coming down. But let's see if it can hold. It bounced right off that 25% retrace. Look at that. So kind of looking for like 182.50 to hold as the higher low, and maybe this has a better chance at retracing back up. We'll see. Okay. All right. So we got Apple's results, and again, I think they gave out some weak guidance. Excuse me. Looks like they probably gave out some weak guidance, so that's going to hurt them. Okay. Someone bought $1.2 million worth of Apple 207.50 puts expiring tomorrow. They bought it right before the close. Someone knew something, didn't they? But again, it's just Apple's a great company. Just wait for a bottom to form, and it starts making higher lows, and maybe you can ride it back up, because Apple's going to be just fine. They declared a 26-cent dividend, $100 billion share buyback. So once it does find the bottom, I mean, investors are probably going to look at this as maybe a little bit of a discount on the share price. So let me just look at some year-over-year numbers. The quarter-over-quarter numbers where they got hammered on. I think that's probably another reason why it sold off a little bit. But let's just take a look at this. So they beat EPS by 2%, beat revenue by 1%. So kind of more in line, right? EPS up 8% year over year. So that's good. Not double-digit growth, but it's something. Revenue up 5% year over year. Again, not double-digit growth, but it's at least positive. The quarter-over-quarter numbers, they got smashed in a bad way. EPS is down 31% quarter-over-quarter. Revenue down 23% quarter-over-quarter. So the short-term view is definitely not looking good. Quarter-over-quarter numbers just kind of, it's just kind of a sore thumb bouncing off the page right now. That pretty bad quarter-over-quarter numbers there. So investors aren't liking that either. So it looks like we got our reactions. Unfortunately, both of them were negative reactions. I'm just going to keep my eye on this for the remainder of after hours and see if it does start making higher lows. Once higher lows start forming, especially on the bigger time frames, bump it up to the 5 or the 15 minute, even the 1 hour after a few hours pass. But we'll see if it starts trending back up, and I'd be interested in maybe riding the trend back up once the bottoms are in. But yeah, with that said, again, just another reminder: Traders Paradise, Chicago, June 9th through 12th. I hope you can make it. The links to the tickets are in the description. And if you do end up buying a ticket, I definitely look forward to meeting you in Chicago. I hope everyone joined the stream tonight, and I'll see everybody next time. Cheers and have a great night.